Okay guys, so here's an option for those of you who are searching for this premium set by Mcfarlane Toys for the Superman 2025 movie, costing $37.99. Face plates and a non-articulating action figure of Krypto. It's a statue. Okay, so here's a better option for those of you guys who are more into the play instead of the hype. Okay, so this figure is just going to be the regular release Superman figure at Target. This is going to be the clean version. So I'm going to discuss the things that I already did to this action figure, but in this video the star of the show is going to be Krypto. Okay, so basically the figure comes from this action figure set, G.I. Joe Classified Series, which about a year or 2 years ago you could get at Ross for $11.99. So it's going to be the Timber figure. Okay, so highly articulated figure of Timber, all white, perfect for a Krypto Kitbash. Okay, so let's get Krypto off the stand. Okay, so basically what I just added to this Timber action figure, now a Krypto figure for Superman, is going to be a wired cape. Okay, so very simple thing that you could even do at home on your off time or down time. Okay, so with any simple red shirt that you already have on board, something that you are no longer using, or you could possibly buy one at Walmart for really less than $5. Yeah, and you would need, of course, a floral wire. So these are items, so that's going to be something that you could buy at Walmart, or a shirt that you're no longer using. So this you could buy at Hobby Lobby. Floral wire, of course, your sewing materials, so red sewing thread, so the stitches would be very invisible. Floral wire, and your wire tube, so that is what this thing is called, wherein you could shove the floral wire into this tube. Okay, there you go. So you could jam that in and just measure up the enough length that's going to come across all throughout the area, or the total material that you cut off for the cape of Krypto. Okay, so the first cape that I did was a non-wired cape, and it was way too short. And this is going to be the second cape that I gave this figure. Okay, so what I did first was to heat this section up with a hair dryer and take it off, and measured things up to length. So I decided to make it a little bit big, so when you display this in a flight pose like this, is going to look dramatic instead of a very short cape or a short wired cape. Doesn't make sense. So for flight poses, it should be something that's wide as this. Okay, so there you go. That very simple thing wherein you really have to do it. So no simple thing as to with regards shortcuts to making wired capes. So you just have to really practice your sewing skills or your hand sewing skills. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Just very simple materials that you could use um, to make something like this. Okay, so this took a little bit of time for me to do or finish. Okay, so there you go. So once we're done sewing the wired material all on the borders of the cape. Okay, so there you go. That's hand stitched. So I just made a simple hole and made it into the peg of this section of the body of the let's call it timber first, a timber figure, and then attach the head. Okay, there you go. So this is really a posable thing. Okay, there you go. So the only thing that we're lacking is going to be the S symbol, which I have to look for possibly eBay. I know that I could order some eBay or possibly Amazon's a decal that I could just stick to this section of the cape and run a possibly a whatever it is, a heating material, so that that adhesive sticker is going to stick to the cloth material. Anyway, I've seen it, so I know that I could do it. So but basically the thing that I really wanted is already done. Okay, so let's push the materials out. So let's put timber on just a non-flight pose. Okay, so that's the thing that you could really get out of this timber figure, the posability part and the interchangeability of heads. So this figure comes with two heads, one with the exposed mouth with the fangs, and a more subdued version, this. Okay, so let's put him on just a very simple stand pose. Okay, so let's angle that tail a little bit. There you go. And let's raise this section up a little bit. There you go. Okay, and let's adjust the camera, adjust the angle and the feet, rear feet. Okay, so just angle this out a little bit that the wind is blowing on the cape. Okay, there you go. So for the Superman figure, okay, so in a previous video we already discussed the basic things that you could do to improve articulation and basically lessen out the wideness of the chest area by taking out materials on the shoulders. So this already supports nice articulation points, and I already added panel lining to the suit. There you go. Ganda marker, the belt, and we also change the handsets. So this figure now sports fists. Okay, so let's just adjust the cover. Here you go. And since we did a cape for Krypto, so this figure also sports a wired cape similar to the one that Krypto has. So it's wired all throughout the area or the material, so even the base. So unlike your Mcfarlane DC Multiverse, wherein the base won't be wired, so my version would be wired. So the only thing that I'm lacking is going to be the S symbol. Okay, there you go. So very close stitching, close to really the edge, and use red thread material. Okay, so on flight poses or on display, the threading and the edges won't be very visible, and you could just cover it up with a very simple action figure pose. Okay, now this section, I also wasn't a fan of the matte finish on the Superman symbol, so I just wanted to make it a little bit glossy. So very easy simple solution. So I painted the red sections a little bit more and the yellow sections a little bit more with the paint material of my choice. Of course, nail polish. Easy to put on, easy to remove, and dries up easily. And after the red and the yellows was really nice and dry and flat, I added a coat of clear nail polish on top. And I think, yeah, I did 2 coats of clear nail polish. Yeah, so the Superman symbol is a little bit shiny on this. Okay, now on removal of this cape, so this is going to be the original piece. I was surprised that we have a tunnel on this section. So when you yank this thing out, of course you're going to apply a little bit of heat, hair dryer, about 10 to 15 seconds to really soften up the connecting joints, and you'd be surprised that there's going to be a tunnel on this section. Okay, so well, anyway, it makes easier to tuck the cape in. So on this side, on the front side, there's going to be a tunnel too, wherein you could stick the soft goods material in. Of course, you have to apply a little bit of super glue, and with your wired cape, you just use something like this to tuck it in. And there you go, nice and simple finish for the wired cape. Okay, so for this section, so it won't really be flat, I added a little bit of 3M double-sided tape just to bulk up this back section because it seemed a little bit flat. Okay, plus it also stabilizes the cloth material, so it won't be really moving around a lot, and the tucked in material won't disengage. Okay, so it would stay in. Okay, so there you go. The only thing or material that we're missing is the S symbol, but this is now a complete set, something that is worth more than what Todd Mcfarlane is offering us. Okay, so basic figure, how much? Just about $23, $23, and you could do already the work to make it look better and articulated with a nice cape, long nice cape that is wired, so with a articulating Krypto figure to go with. Okay, so very simple Kitbash recipe that really cost less. Anyway, the materials that I mentioned, you could already possibly have them on board right now. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review, because in this channel it's all about the play, less the hype and the controversy.